Welcome to Time to Know History. Today, we're diving into one of the most compelling themes throughout human history, betrayal. Betrayals have not only altered personal relationships, but also shifted the very course of nations and empires. From political treachery to personal deceit, these acts resonate through time, leaving lasting impacts and cautionary tales. Join us as we explore 6 of the most infamous betrayals in history, revealing the motivations, actions, and consequences behind each treachery. Born in 100 BC, Gaius Julius Caesar emerged as a dominant political figure and military general in Rome. His conquests in Gaul brought him immense power and wealth, making him a hero among the common people but a target for the Senate. The Roman Republic was founded on principles of shared power among the aristocracy, and Caesar's centralization of authority threatened the traditional republican values, leading to increasing jealousy and fear among the elite. As tensions escalated, a group of senators, including his close friend Marcus Junius Brutus, plotted against him. They feared that Caesar's growing power would end the Republic. On March 15, 44 BC, known as the Ides of March, Caesar was lured to the Senate under the guise of discussing urgent matters of state. When he entered the Senate chamber, he was surrounded by the conspirators, who began to stab him. Despite their friendship, Brutus's betrayal was fueled by his belief that he was acting for the greater good of Rome. Caesar reportedly uttered, "Et tu, Brute," upon recognizing Brutus, highlighting the depth of his emotional shock and betrayal. Caesar's assassination plunged Rome into chaos. Civil war erupted between his supporters and those of the conspirators. Brutus and Cassius ultimately lost the power struggle, leading to their deaths in battle. The assassination of Caesar not only marked the end of the Roman Republic, but also set the stage for the rise of Augustus and the establishment of the Roman Empire. Brutus's name became synonymous with betrayal, symbolizing the ultimate act of treachery against a friend. Born in 1741, Benedict Arnold became a celebrated general in the Continental Army during the American Revolutionary War. His military prowess was evident in key battles, particularly at Fort Ticonderoga and Saratoga, where he played crucial roles that turned the tide in favor of the Americans. Despite his accomplishments, Arnold felt underappreciated and faced mounting frustrations regarding his treatment by Congress and fellow officers. The betrayal, Arnold's discontent, led him to seek an alliance with the British. In 1780, he devised a plan to surrender the strategically important fort of West Point to the British in exchange for money and a command in the British Army. He communicated with Major John Andre, a British officer, to finalize the details. However, Arnold's plot unraveled when Andre was captured by American forces, who discovered incriminating documents detailing the conspiracy. Arnold fled to British lines just before the plan was exposed. The fallout from Arnold's betrayal was profound. His actions not only shocked the American populace, but also intensified suspicions and fears about loyalty within the ranks of the Continental Army. Arnold was granted a general's commission in the British Army, yet he was never fully accepted by his new allies. He led troops against former comrades, but remained a pariah in American society. Arnold's name became synonymous with treachery, serving as a lasting reminder of how ambition can lead to devastating choices. Knights Templar was founded in 1119, originally to protect pilgrims traveling to the Holy Land during the Crusades. They gained immense wealth and influence, developing a sophisticated banking system and owning vast tracts of land across Europe. Their power, however, became a double-edged sword, inviting envy and suspicion from monarchs. By the early 14th century, King Philip IV of France, deeply indebted to the Templars and worried about their influence, plotted their downfall. On Friday, October 13, 1307, he ordered the arrest of all Templar knights in France. The charges included heresy, idol worship, and moral corruption, many of which were fabricated to justify their dismantling. Torture was employed to extract confessions, and the trials that followed were marked by brutality and public spectacle. The arrests and subsequent executions of Templar leaders effectively dismantled one of the most powerful military orders of the time. The dissolution of the Templars allowed Philip to seize their vast wealth, significantly enhancing his own power. The event not only marked the end of the Templar Order, but also signified how political maneuvering and personal greed could lead to the downfall of a significant institution. The legacy of the Templars lived on through legends of hidden treasures and secret knowledge, continuing to captivate imaginations for centuries. Joan of Arc, born around 1412 in Domremy, France, claimed divine guidance that inspired her to support Charles VII during the 100 Years' War against England. Her faith and determination rallied French forces, leading to a crucial victory at the Siege of Orleans in 1429, which boosted French morale and paved the way for Charles's coronation as king. Despite her successes, Joan's fortunes changed when she was captured by Burgundian forces in 1430 while attempting to lift the siege of Paris. Sold to the English, she was put on trial for her life. The proceedings, orchestrated by Bishop Pierre Cauchon, were politically motivated. Joan was accused of heresy for claiming to have received messages from saints and for wearing male clothing, considered inappropriate at the time. The trial was a farce, as it aimed to discredit her and the French crown she had supported. Joan was found guilty and executed by burning at the stake on May 30th, 1431, at the age of 19. Her martyrdom galvanized the French populace, who rallied behind the crown, ultimately leading to victories against the English. Joan was posthumously exonerated in 1456, and in 1920 she was canonized as a saint. Her story endures as a testament to faith, courage, and the complexities of political power, illustrating how betrayal can elevate a person to legendary status. Anne Boleyn, born around 1501, captivated King Henry VIII of England, leading to a courtship that resulted in a dramatic break from the Catholic Church. Their marriage in 1533 was controversial, especially as Henry sought to annul his marriage to Catherine of Aragon to be with Anne. Anne's position as queen was precarious, as she faced immense pressure to produce a male heir. After a string of personal and political challenges, including failed pregnancies, Anne found herself increasingly isolated at court. In 1536, Henry accused her of adultery, treason, and incest, orchestrating a conspiracy against her. Figures such as Thomas Cromwell, motivated by personal ambition and rivalry, played pivotal roles in framing the charges against her. Despite a lack of credible evidence, Anne was arrested and tried, leading to her execution. And was executed by beheading on May 19, 1536. Her death had far-reaching consequences, as it solidified Henry's break from the Catholic Church and led to the establishment of the Church of England. Henry's subsequent marriage to Jane Seymour resulted in the birth of a male heir, yet the shadow of Anne's betrayal and execution loomed over the Tudor court, highlighting the dangerous intersection of personal and political motivations. Julius and Ethel Rosenberg were American citizens who became embroiled in one of the most controversial espionage cases during the Cold War. The Rosenbergs were connected to the Communist Party, and their political affiliations drew scrutiny during a time marked by anti-communist fervor. In 1951, the Rosenbergs were arrested on charges of conspiring to transmit atomic secrets to the Soviet Union. The evidence against them largely stemmed from the testimony of Ethel's brother, David Greenglass, who claimed that they had provided information regarding the atomic bomb. Their trial was sensationalized, characterized by intense media coverage and public debate, with many arguing that the charges were exaggerated or fabricated to fuel the anti-communist agenda. The Rosenbergs were convicted and executed on June 19, 1953, becoming the first American civilians executed for espionage. Their case sparked widespread protests and discussions about civil rights, the ethics of the death penalty, and the consequences of political paranoia. The legacy of the Rosenbergs remains contentious, symbolizing the darker aspects of Cold War hysteria and the enduring questions surrounding loyalty, justice, and the lengths to which governments will go in the name of national security. Throughout history, betrayal has emerged as a powerful and often destructive force, shaping the destinies of individuals and nations alike. The stories of Caesar and Brutus, Benedict Arnold, the Knights Templar, Joan of Arc, and Bullen, and the Rosenbergs remind us that loyalty can be fragile and that the consequences of betrayal often echo through time. As we reflect on these pivotal moments, we gain insights into the complexities of human relationships and the intricate dance of trust and treachery. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of historical betrayals. If you found this video engaging, please like, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, keep seeking knowledge and uncovering the stories of our past.